Wow, these examples just keep getting weirder and weirder. Here we have radicals that we have to deal with. But it turns out, after just a little bit of symbolic manipulation, these can also be done using the power rule. Okay? We know how to derive the first term based on the last example. You take that 1/4, you bring it down in front, multiply it by that 2. So you have 2 times a fourth. And then you have x to the, well, you have to subtract 1 from the exponent. So what do you get when you have 1/4 minus 1? You have minus 3/4. Okay? So that's how you handle fractional exponents. We know how to handle that. So turns out we can do this radical of x the exact same way. What we just first have to notice is that this radical of x is the same thing as x to the 1/2 power. Similarly, with this thing here, we have this third root of x. That's the same thing as x to the 1/3 power. So if we use that form, we know exactly how to derive this based on just what we did for this first term here. So moving along, I'm going to take this 1/2, bring it down in front, so it gives us 1/2, x to the, okay, then we subtract 1 from the exponent, so that leaves us with minus 1/2 in the exponent. Okay? And then we have plus, all right, so we have this 2 that we have to worry about here. I should have included that right here as well. All right, because of that 2 gets brought along. So what we're going to do is we're going to take this 1/3, bring it down in front, multiply it by that 2. So we have 2 times 1/3, x to the, okay, subtract 1 from the exponent, so that gives you minus 2/3. Okay, so that's that. The trick here was just converting the radical to a fractional power, so that way we could use the power rule readily. So now the final step is just simplifying as much as possible. So you have 2 times a fourth, so in other words, that's 2/1 times 1/4. That's the same thing as 2/4 or just 1/2. 2/4 is 1/2. So we have 1/2 x to the minus 3/4. Second term, there's nothing really that we multiplied, so we have 1/2 x to the minus 1/2. And then in the third term, we have 2/1 times 1/3, multiplying across the numerator and the denominator. This gives you 2/3, and then x to the minus 2/3 power. And that is as simplified as it gets. If you wanted to reconvert your exponents that are now negative fractions into radicals, you could. We're not going to worry about that here because this did exactly what the problem asked you to do.